Daniel Negreanu is looking down at 10-9 suited. Pre-flop brings together two distinct ends of the poker spectrum.
How much is that? Eight straddle this time?
10-9 of diamonds for Daniel.
Always have to, double check.
The action begins with Negreanu raising to 2,500. It is a classic Negreanu hand, connected, suited, and perfect for navigating post-flop without putting his entire stack at risk.
I'm gonna win this one.
That's what they call a three-barrel bluff, right?
That is what they're called. Hey, by the way, when you do the video on three-barrel bluffs.
Three-barrel bluffs.
That's gonna be.
Here's an example of a three-barrel bluff.
Salomon, sitting in the big blind with 4-3 suited, decides to defend. The flop is an absolute action board. For Salomon, this is the gin flop without actually having a made hand. He holds a massive combo draw, an open-ended straight draw combined with a flush draw. However, the action goes surprisingly passive. The turn brings the jack, a card that favors the pre-flop raiser's range much more than the caller's. Now, Salomon decides to take the lead. He fires a bet of 6,000. It is a delayed semi-bluff, having missed the check-raise opportunity on the flop. He is now trying to muscle Negreanu off a hand, like ace-high or a small pair. Negreanu, however, has picked up a gut-shot straight draw to go with his overcards. Relying on his read that Salomon is likely betting a draw, Negreanu makes a sticky call with just 10-high. The river is the 3, a fascinating card. It pairs Salomon's hand. While it is a weak hand, it currently beats Negreanu's 10-high. Salomon, now holding showdown value but fearing a jack, checks. This check is the green light Negreanu was waiting for.
Daniel fires.
Oh, man. Why didn't you bet the freaking flop?
Why didn't I bet the flop? Yeah. I didn't have anything on the flop.
Yeah, I know. But why? Such a bummer. Because I had 3-4 clubs. I'm gonna.
Oh, you had 3-4 clubs, so you were ready to just.
Yeah. I'm gonna dump all my money in there for sure. Now I got a pair and I gotta make a decision. Sort of sucks.
It sort of sucks.
How much is it? 12,200. Yeah, I think you got a jack for some reason.
No.
While I'm bluffing, I might as well just keep doing it, right? Until they call eventually.
Kid, you're just gonna own this table, huh? You are just gonna pound until we just hold on with ace high.
Damn, I'm in bluff mode.
I hit a pair and didn't call. What a bad player.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at pocket sevens. Ivy, always looking to apply pressure and dictate the pace, opens the action to 125,000 holding 9-8 offsuit. It is a highly speculative, loose open, relying entirely on post-flop skill. Instead of just calling to set mine, Negreanu decides to turn up the heat, executing a massive 3-bet. He wants to define Ivy's range immediately and push out the marginal holdings. However, Ivy is not easily intimidated. The flop falls a texture that guarantees a massive collision. Acting first, Negreanu faces a critical strategic decision. He could lead out to build the pot, but instead, he opts for a deceptive check. He is setting a trap, hoping Ivy will automatically fire a continuation bet with air or a weak king. Ivy, however, demonstrates his elite table awareness. He exercises perfect pot control and checks right back. The turn brings the 5, a card that drastically shifts the psychological landscape of the hand. While it changes nothing about Negreanu's commanding set, it improves Ivy's straight draw, needing a 6 to go along with his middle pair.
I'm all in.
Phil shoves!
I call.
And Daniel calls!
Set.
Set's good. This could be it!
Oh, I win. No. Oh, no, you need a 6. Never mind.
Yeah.
I didn't see that part. But I'm in good shape right now. I'm ahead.
Best shape of his life.
You never know.
Yeah.
Phil needs a 6.
Don't do it to us. We got some drinking to do.
4 cards Ivy can hit.
Something tells me Team Ivy's not exactly worried where their next meal's coming from.
It's okay, he'll be fine. Maybe he's in good hands.
Doesn't look like their first rodeo.
You don't want to win like that anyway, catching a 6. Huh? You don't care, right? Just however it happens? That would be dirty. He won't. He doesn't want to win that way. He'd throw it back. If a 6 comes, he'd just throw it back.
I sure would.
He'd be like, you know what? No, I don't want it. I can't win like that. Bad for my reputation.
The river card It's a 10.
All
Daniel
right.
takes it down.
1-0. Whoa!
Hey, Phil, the bad news is you got to sweep that up.
Look at this.
Read the fine print, brother.
Yay!
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at 7-5 offsuit, but he's up against the greatest of all time, Phil Ivey, whose cards we don't see yet. Daniel limps from the button, a play you almost never see at these high levels, because you open yourself up to a stealing raise that you can't really call, but his opponents already know that, so I'm guessing they think he's trying to trap them with a monster hand like pocket aces.
Maria has checked her option. We're going three-way to the flop.
The flop gives Negreanu an open-ended straight draw, but with Phil limping and Maria Ho checking pre-flop, there's a lot of hands in their ranges like suited hearts, small sets, and two-pair combos that connect here. If either of them decides to push, Daniel's draw could get pretty expensive. This bet by Phil doesn't give away much. He's the kind of player who'll fire here whether he's got top pair, a monster draw, or complete air. A flop bet like this is more about taking control rather than showing actual strength. Negreanu was feeling somewhat okay in position here, so he decides to see what move Ivey will make on the turn.
Daniel does call. The turn card is a 7. Phil checks.
I think we should probably just check.
Daniel does bet. And what's Phil thinking?
He's thinking, what's this guy got? What's this guy over here got? What does he got me beat?
Oh, Phil's check raised.
A line like this usually represents real strength, but against someone like Ivey, it can just as easily be a well-timed bluff meant to put Daniel in the blender.
Seconds left to make a decision. He elects to call.
Like there was ever any doubt what Daniel was going to do.
The river card is the 7 of hearts. Trips for Daniel, but it does put a potential flush out there.
Ivey limped pre-flop, fired a bet on a heart-heavy flop, then check-raised the turn. That line is consistent with a flush draw or a pocket pair of 4s or 6s, which now gives him a full house.
And there's a bet from Phil.
Full house? You got queen 7? I don't think I can fold it.
Daniel calls.
Ace queen.
Phil claims to have ace queen, but he doesn't.
Daniel Negreanu is holding on queen 10 suited. Pre-flop, this looks completely standard on the surface, but the seeds of the later pain are already there. Negreanu opens queen 10 suited from early, the kind of hand he loves, connected, plays well, multi-way, and can make disguised big hands. Dimjan flatting in position keeps his entire range wide. Medium pairs, suited broadways, suited connectors, some traps. Then the big blind comes along as well. What that means strategically is simple. By the time they see a flop, there are 3 ranges involved, and Negreanu is the only one who has really capped nothing. He is the pre-flop aggressor. He has all the big pairs. He has the strongest broadways. The flop comes down absolutely dreamlike for Negreanu. 10 Jack Queen. Top 2 pair, a board that slams his perceived range as the raiser. But it is also an insanely dangerous texture. Every random hand with an open-ender or a gut shot suddenly has a reason to stay. When Jacobson checks, Negreanu does exactly what you expect from someone who just smashed this board and knows he smashes it range-wise too. He bets 22,000. The sizing is important. It is not tiny stab sizing. It is a "this pot is about to get big" sizing. Dimjan just calls. That call is the first warning sign. He is not afraid of the story Negreanu is telling. The turn bricks off with the 3 of spades. From Negreanu's point of view, that is one of the safest cards in the deck. It does not complete any obvious draw. It does not pair the board. It does not change who is supposed to own this texture. So he does what good players do when nothing changes, and they already had a huge value hand. He keeps telling the same story and increases the pressure, betting 55,000. This is Negreanu effectively saying, if you were floating or gambling with some weak draw on the flop, this is your exit. If you continue now, you are representing something serious. The river brings the deuce of clubs, another nothing card in terms of raw texture. From Negreanu's seat, it is almost the perfect river. Straights are still the same straights, sets are still the same sets, and there are no obvious busted draws that suddenly got there. He still has top 2 pair on a board where he is supposed to have all the strong top-end value, so he fires again, 90,000 this time.
Raise. I had a feeling you were going to do that on the turn. You waited. It was smart. You got me to bet one more time.
Daniel loves calling like Miley Cyrus loves a big foam finger, but I don't think even he can figure out a way to talk himself into this one.
8-9 or something? King. Doesn't matter.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, ace king. 2 pair. Queen 10. Good hand.
Pre-flop initiates a spectacular leveling war between two of Canada's finest poker minds, showcasing how high-stakes tournament poker often revolves around playing the player rather than the cards.
Just can't see.
No.
Thank you.
No problem.
The action begins with Sam Stein opening to 17,000 from the cutoff. McDonald, sitting on the button, looks down at ace-jack offsuit. It is a strong hand, but instead of calling, he decides to apply pressure with a 3-bet to 42,000, targeting Stein's wide opening range. However, Negreanu is waiting in the big blind with Queen 10 suited. This is where the psychology deepens. Negreanu knows that McDonald knows that Stein is opening light. Therefore, Negreanu assumes McDonald's 3-bet range is also very wide. Negreanu decides to run a cold 4-bet bluff to 96,000. It is a bold move, completely based on the players, not the cards. Stein quickly gets out of the way, but McDonald isn't finished. Believing Negreanu is making a move, McDonald clicks it back, 5-betting to 150,000.
Can't see.
Re-raise 150 makes it a total 150,000.
Yeah, can you see that stare down?
Now, Negreanu is in a bizarre spot. He has been re-raised by a player he was trying to bluff. However, because the 5-bet is relatively small and the pot is so bloated, Negreanu feels priced in. He makes the call with Queen 10, taking a massive inflated pot to the flop out of position.
I check.
The flop falls a completely disconnected board that misses both players entirely. The pot is a staggering 328,000. Negreanu, the pre-flop caller, checks. McDonald, having seized the initiative with his 5-bet, fires a continuation bet of 77,000. He is representing a premium overpair like kings or aces, trying to end the hand right there. But Negreanu is reading the narrative, not the board. He knows McDonald 5-bet light, and he knows this flop doesn't connect with the type of hands McDonald would use to do that. Negreanu decides to pull the trigger on a massive high-variance play. This is a breathtaking display of aggression. Negreanu is holding absolutely nothing but queen high, yet he is playing his hand exactly as if he had flopped a set of 9s or 4s.
Can you show any? No, don't actually, don't.
Don't show?
I'm recommending.
You recommend I don't show?
No, I was going to say show
go
1.
with Scott's
No, I was going to say show 2 or 0. Don't show 1 here.
Don't show 1, because that's needle-ish?
Yeah, I was going to say 2 or 0.
I'm going to show... I'm going to go with my lawyer and go 0.
Yeah.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at Jack 7 suited. Pre-flop begins with Negreanu putting on a masterclass in loose aggressive play from the hijack position. He opens the pot to 22,000 holding an incredibly speculative hand. Isaac Haxton, the math wizard of the high roller scene, sits on the button with ace-10 of clubs. Haxton makes a standard flat call in position, keeping his range disguised while acknowledging the strength of his own hand. The flop falls a rainbow texture. This is a disaster for Negreanu. He has missed completely, holding only jack high with a backdoor straight draw. Haxton, however, has flopped top pair with a decent kicker. Fua checks his bottom pair. Despite missing the board, Negreanu takes the aggressive route and fires a continuation bet of 36,000. He is trying to represent the ace or king. Haxton, holding the ace, smoothly calls, trapping the bluffer. The turn brings the 6 of spades, which is a complete blink. With no equity, Negreanu decides that he has to keep telling his story. He fires a second barrel of 85,000. Haxton is now facing a decision. He has top pair, but Negreanu is betting into him twice on an ace-high board. Haxton reasons that his hand is underrepresented and calls again, refusing to fold to aggression when his hand is likely best. The river is the queen of diamonds. Negreanu has missed everything. But despite that, he decides that holding one blocker to the straight is enough to make it a bluff spot. This is such a Negreanu move, and one of the reasons I like him so much. He is never afraid to play the player, not the cards. Haxton goes deep into the tank, and I guess he got coolered earlier or something, because despite getting good odds on that pot,
Haxton folds the best hand.
Well done.
Show me a bluff.
Why?
I
never do that.
It would be so fun. Jesus. He is laughing really hard.
That was poetic. It's hard to bluff Ike.
What the hell? Once in a blue moon, you gotta steam.
Daniel Negreanu is holding ace-10 suited. Pre-flop is all ego and leverage. Tony G opens small Houston flats, and Negreanu snaps on the squeeze to 7K.
Well, if at first you don't succeed,
You must.
you make it 7,000.
Perfect against two wide ranges. Tony G knows Houston's call is weak money and fires back to 24K with pocket eights, classic isolation, and dare 4-bet. Negreanu takes the button, keeps Tony's bluffs in, and controls the pot. That flat says, I'll outplay you post-flop, keep the range wide. Flop comes rainbow, Negreanu's dream in a 4-bet pot, top pair, ace kicker, clean texture.
I'm all in.
Tony shoves.
Who cares? I guess you got, what, you have kings now?
I'm committed again.
No, I know you are. Okay, you can show me one, if you want.
Even if you gave me $1 million, I wouldn't show you.
$1 million? Oh boy, Tony G. I guess I should, you're a nice guy. You do good things with your money, right?
I do.
You do? All right, I'll give you some more, I guess. All right.
Daniel calls.
You have kings or something?
No, one time. No.
Jack of clubs on the turn.
Oh my God, did that make him more outs? Yeah. I just realized, oh God. I was like, oh Jack, that's a good card.
The river. The king of hearts.
It's a scary one.